This is a replay from the Milk and Cookies Total War tournament, and in the opening round there was a single elimination bout to decide who would advance to the next stage, which is a stage with 32 players. And that it will be best of 3 from then on, I believe. So this replay was sent to me by Obelix, and Obelix has picked Epirus. Epirus have gotten some nice changes, and some not so nice changes. They have the mercenary Samnites. He has 3 mercenary Samnites. He has mercenary Etruscan Hoplites, and these guys got a pretty nice buff. They now have pretty damn amazing health stats, very good morale, extremely tanky units. 3 mercenary Cretan archers. These guys lost their shield, so they're going to do worse in skirmishing now. He has 2 Thessalian cavalry. He has 2 Illyrian levies on each flank, 2 royal peltasts, and 2 Tarentine cavalry on the right flank, and a citizen cavalry. For Macedon, we have 2 Thessalians on each side, so a total of 4. We have companion general. We have a massive line of thorax pikes. We have, or not massive, but a substantial line, 4 thorax pikes, backed up by thorax swords and hoplites. We also have some archers running around, just your standard archers, 3 of those. So the Cretans are going to make mincemeat of these archers if the Cretans get into range. Some pretty MLG tactics going on here by the Thessalians. These guys are now going to be invisible if Obelix forgets about them. At least these guys are. These guys can still be seen on the edge here, I believe. Some skirmishing going on with the Tarentine cavalry to begin with. And while Obelix has the stronger skirmishing component, he's going to have to move around these pikes, but when he does, there's not a lot of units left to oppose him. So if the flanks fall here, the pikes and the archers fall, which they will against the archers, then the pikes are unsupported, and that's a very bad position to be in for the pikes. We have the Thessalians getting into the Tarentines, causing some kills here, and this is on large unit sizes, which is fine. Players can play on small or large unit sizes, whatever suits them the best. I would prefer normal, but I'm not going to call for replays if there are other unit sizes being used. Ultra, these are ultra unit sizes. So the Cretan archers are just going to tear these archers apart. Nothing they can do about it. Not really taking any casualties. And it is very scary seeing 120 Cretan archers. So that's 1 archer unit down. The second one should be going down very shortly. The Cretan archers don't have heavy shot, of course, because these guys have shit for armor. So the pike line is quickly losing its skirmishing support, and that's going to be a bad time for the pikes. So they're pushing up aggressively. Pretty huge gap here though, but there are some thorax pikes. So we actually had 5 thorax pikes, but they were hidden in the forest. So a bit more substantial than what I thought. The Cretans are shifting to heavy shot, point blank into these pikes. The pikes are going to drop quickly from heavy shot. And Obelix can just stand here at range and basically do what he pleases with against Macedon. Pulling away with his Tarentine cavalry. They're doing some damage to the Thessalians, not doing any damage to the companions, now they are. Thessalian cavalry coming in here. Maybe they should have gone for the archers, but it won't really matter. They're going to get wrecked by the companions, and these guys should go for the archers now. So they aren't going to take any losses from the archers, taking a lot of losses from the archers there. So over here is sneaking around his guys. In the center, Obelix is just pulling away from the pikes, wisely so. Thorax swords are getting into the rear of these Illyrian levies, but that unit isn't really crucial anyway. So Tarentine supporting the fight very nicely here. The archers are getting some nice kills. The Tarentines are doing a lot of damage to the engaged Thessalians. They still might lose against the combined companion and Thessalian. They will lose to the combined Thessalian and companion engagement. Illyrian levies being used as meat shields, and they lost a lot of men from those volleys. Just keep kiting away from the pikes. This is how you deal with pikes when you have the skirmishing advantage. Keep kiting away, keep doing damage with the skirmishers. Be patient. Very nice by Obelix. He's going to lose over here. He managed to get his Tarentines caught by Hoplites of all things. But still, things are not looking too good for Macedon. However, Macedon did manage to charge the Cretan archers with their thorax swords, so pretty nice of Macedon to be able to get into the Cretan archers like that. They still have the cavalry in the back, but they're going to get supported momentarily by very strong infantry, and if the Thessalians don't withdraw, they are going to lose pretty badly here. So Macedon's general is dropping, but he might even be able to take out these Tarentines before he drops. It looks like he'll be able to do so. Thessalians sandwiching the mercenary Samnites between the thorax swords, and although these are pretty tanky units, they're not really going to be able to stand up to this, but they do get support from some Illyrian levies. Pikemen showing just how absolutely useless they are offensively. They are not able to get a good angle and to move in here. Pikes pushing away, and here the Royal Peltas are being engaged by thorax pikes, and the thorax pikes have some kills, mainly against these Illyrian levies, I believe. Over here as well, Hoplites against mercenary Samnites. The mercenary Samnites should win that comfortably. And Obelix is just keeps kiting away. He doesn't have much more space to do it on, but the Thessalians are getting showered by mercenary Cretans. Tarentine still holding out amazingly. He managed to get some citizen cavalry in there, but the Hoplites are only going to make it worse. So if Macedon did not go for a pike corps here, I think Macedon would have been in a much better situation, because the pikes are just so bad offensively. They're just lagging behind the main units, not really being able to support nicely. They might be able to do something here with the Royal Peltas, but the Royal Peltas could just withdraw as well, and it looks like they're going to do so. Mercenary Samnites at fire at will, pouring the fire into these thorax pikes, and they are dropping quickly to the fire. These are just precursor javelins, I believe, and they are taking them down very fast. These guys, it looks like, well, they are mercenary Etruscan Hoplites, pretty cool looking units. The Cretans are still alive, but they have to be careful, because these guys could run in and wreck them at a moment's notice, but it doesn't look there he's going to give attack orders. And charging in. Yeah, companions going down. Charging into the front of Royal Peltas, and Royal Peltas do not like being charged by shock cavalry. But the unit was fairly depleted. The mercenary Samnites are finally dying, being sandwiched between those two units. More sandwiching going on between pikes and pikes and thorax pikes. So these thorax pikes should have some nice kills by now, because they've been engaged for a long time, but they don't, because they are pikes. These thorax pikes as well, just poking away at the Hoplites, but the Hoplites are going to be able to shrug off a lot of the pike stabs, and even though the pikes are like 3 men deep, 4 men deep into the ranks, they have problems killing these guys efficiently. So Cretans just doing their thing on the Thessalians. And Macedon is quickly being defeated in both skirmishing and cavalry. The skirmishers are almost gone. He has this archer unit, and this archer unit is matching the Cretans for kills because it was ignored. So even though these guys are pretty crappy, ignoring them can be very dangerous, because then they'll be able to use all of their ammunition against high value targets, and that's going to leave a mark. But the Cretans are pouring it into the thorax pikes. The thorax pikes are wavering. The general of Macedon is off the field. The pikes are not really able to do anything, although they have been engaged for quite some time. The mercenary Etruscan Hoplites are holding out and even killing some pikemen. Thessalians incoming. So this might take care of the Cretans. They're not able to reposition in time. But the Thessalian cavalry is very depleted, and the Epirus player, Obelix, is going to be smart here and just pull away his archers, and this is going to allow him to rain fire into the Thessalians. And heavy shot on Thessalians is a GG for the Thessalians. So not a lot of Macedon left. Obelix has some units left over here. A unit of archers came back from routing. Way back there, too far away to really make a meaningful contribution to the battle. And the pikes are dropping. Hoplites charging into the rear. They are exhausted, so running around on this on the pyramids is going to be a pretty bad time for very heavy units that don't have the resistance to heat trait. So running all the way over here is going to make units tired and less effective in combat. Hoplites exhausted, going down. The pikes are going down pretty soon. And that is a GG. Just this one unit left. The archers still getting a lot of kills, 150 kills on normal archers. But keep in mind this is ultra unit size, so these guys are going to get a lot more kills than what you would see on smaller unit sizes. Getting charged by Illyrian levies. The Illyrian levies are going to do some damage on the charge here. The unit is losing because they were so damaged, but now it is stabilized. So let's see if they're able to win against the archers here. Nope, it looks like the archers are just too many, but the archers are just going to start wavering because the army loses, and that's going to give them a massive morale penalty of 75. Everything routes off the field. Good game, well played to both players. And looking at Obelix's build here, his mercenary Cretans did a lot of damage, so did his mercenary Samnites. His cavalry didn't really do much, it died. But the pikes, they got some nice kills, like combined, but they weren't really effective. This one archer unit was amazingly cost effective, but the rest should never have been put up against Cretans. They should have been kept in reserve probably, and then because if you're going to use pikes as a center, you really need, it's a nice idea having a lot of cavalry to go around, but you really need to have the skirmishers to be able to do damage while your opponent is moving away, and skirmishers to do damage to the enemy skirmishers and hopefully destroy the enemy skirmishers. Because these Cretan archers with heavy shot, they're going to be killing archers and thorax pikes all day. So that was the battle in the Milk and Cookies Total War first elimination round. So Obelix advances, congratulations, and Prussia is out of the tournament. The next games in the tournament will be cast by Milk and Cookies himself, I believe. So I just cast this because Obelix sent it to me, and uploaded this because Obelix sent it to me, and I thought it would be interesting to take a look. I always like watching people's battles and commenting on them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the battlefield.